I've been using manifestation for the last 8 years, and I'm going to give you my honest advice. And the first thing I want you to know is that you need to be delusional. Now, it might be the opposite of what you've heard about being realistic in life. So let me explain what it really means. If you remember this consciousness chart from the famous psychiatrist David R. Hawkins, if you see here, we have multiple levels of paradigm, starting from survival to spiritual. And one common pattern you can see here is the emotions. And if you're anywhere in the survival paradigm and you want to move up and experience joy, bliss, abundance, you gotta be delusional about your reality. Because if you're feeling any negative emotions such as sadness, loneliness, or even you feel like you're broke right now, your actions will make you sad, lonely, and keep you broke. Now, to go from the survival paradigm to the spiritual paradigm, you have to first start relating to the reality. And that is only possible when you make that inner shift. So if you stick around, in the next few minutes, I'm going to be sharing my step-by-step approach that helped me to create my dream life that includes manifesting my dream business, a relationship, from having negative $10 in my bank account to I can go on a vacation anywhere tomorrow, and teaching my passion to over 30,000 people all over the world. Now, the second thing I had to learn was how powerful this cycle is. This is like a family. Your thoughts will help you feel emotions. And when you are feeling emotions, that will lead you to take action. For example, if you're feeling sad, you will take actions that are in alignment with sadness. When you are feeling happy, your actions are based on happiness. And through your actions, you see results. And from your results, then you create beliefs. And from your beliefs, then you create these new thoughts. Your thoughts alone cannot create your reality. You have to combine that with an emotion. You have to understand your electromagnetic field, because thoughts are only going to help you feel an emotion. But if your emotions are not in alignment with the dream reality you want, you are not moving forward. But when I learned how to bend my reality by tuning into those higher vibrational emotions, I finally started manifesting, from finding money in the old bag and getting a promotion at my job. These are the real incidents that happened to me, and I'm going to share with you an exercise that will help you to see the similar results. Right now, I want you to pick a goal and think about it. I want you to close your eyes for a moment and visualize this goal has already happened. Now hear me say, congrats. You finally made it. You did it. How would you feel? If you're already feeling an instant shift, you know how to tune into the higher vibrational emotions. Most people start changing their outer reality, but this process that we are learning here is reversed. Because when you change your inner reality, you will start seeing the manifestation in the physical world. Next thing I want to talk about is the value of stillness. And most of the people don't practice this enough, and that's why they don't see results. You can achieve this stillness through the power of meditation, because meditation will lead you to experience those peaceful states that we have seen in the consciousness chart. Because when we are in a survival state, our nervous system is in a fight-flight mode. And to go in the spiritual or calm state, we use the power of our breath. I try this practice every day for 5 minutes, maybe in the morning or in the night, because this really helps me to be present and to feel safe in this reality, because it is so important to feel safe where you are in order to move into a next reality. So the practice that I do is called counting the breath. When you take a full inhale and a full exhale, you count that breath as 1. And you keep counting until you reach till 10. If you get distracted at 5 or 7 or even 3, then you start again. You have to finish that count till 10. Once you achieve that, you will experience that peace, that presence, that stillness is emerging within you, is emerging around you. I personally love this practice, but I know there are some people who don't want to meditate for 10 minutes or 5 minutes. So there is another practice that I have kind of invented that for the first 60 seconds, you focus on the sounds around you. You try to pay attention to all the sounds, either it's the air, the birds, any kind of noise that you hear in the room. You just have to become aware of that. And the next 60 seconds is all about bringing your awareness through your body. You quickly scan your body from your head to toe. If you feel any sensations, if you feel any kind of pain, any tightness in your body, you don't try to change it. You just become aware. All you're trying to do is to bring that balance in between your mind and body. And the last 60 seconds is all about becoming aware of your breath. Without changing your breathing, if your breathing is short and shallow or deep and long, You just become aware. You're not making any changes. When you practice that, you are in a way also signaling to the universe that you are present. You are still, you're calm. You will see with practice, your mind will start to find its rhythm, find its calm naturally. The next thing you want to do is to quiet the noise. Now, we're not talking about the inner noise, we're talking about the outer noise, because if you don't have attention, you're not going to have powerful intention. And the number one practice that I do that helps me to stay connected with my vision and not to get distracted is by cutting out all the things that are unnecessary and are not in alignment with my vision. We have to change our lifestyle. We have to focus on the things that really and truly matters to us right now in the moment that will help us to move closer to our dream reality. And why would someone who is not putting any effort and making a change deserve more than someone who is disciplined, who is more dedicated than other person? So if you feel like universe is favoring other people over you, it's not about that universe loves favorism, if that's the word, but universe rewards people who are taking aligned actions. And this is what really helps me to stay connected with my vision and not get distracted. When I'm working, I am only working. I will put my phone on the airplane mode. I am not doing anything else. But at the same time, on the days when I am just spending time with my friends, or on days when I'm just relaxing, I am not bringing my work with me. And this is probably one of the most powerful skill that we all can have, because this really requires that mental strength to separate yourself from your work. I like to plan my days in the evening. For example, to plan my next day, I have to plan everything in the evening today so that I am ready to just take action, because it really helps me to minimize decision making. And the less decisions that you're making, the more flow you have. Now, the next thing is all about how do you see yourself? Now, if I ask you this question, to close your eyes and look at yourself, see your image, and also think about how do you think people see you, people look at you. Now here we are talking about your self-image, because when I started practicing and changing my self-image, because I did have a lot of shadows around me, and when I started doing that shadow work, I started seeing way better results, because my actions were guided by my ego. And we gotta kill this ego. We have to destroy this ego. I know it sounds really dramatic, but your ego is there to keep you safe. We mentioned about keeping ourselves safe in this reality in order to manifest a different reality, but our ego is there to just help us not to get wounded again. So if there was something that happened in the past, we have learned a pattern. And now the question is this pattern still helping you in order to move forward? If the answer is no, then we have to kill this ego. The thing is, you will always have an ego. And I'm going to give you this practice that will help you to at least improve your self-image, to build that confidence so that your actions are in alignment with that future reality. All you got to do is to visualize your future self. And to find out who your future self is, you have to ask these questions. What does my future self do? How do they look like? How do they behave? How do they feel? Where do they live? All these questions. And then visualize that. See yourself doing all the things that you want to do in that future. And when you start visualizing that, it'll keep sending messages to your subconscious, and your brain is always taking notes. And when you repeat this process on a daily basis, your brain is going to see that as something important. And the work of your subconscious will be to show you the opportunities that are in alignment with what you are visualizing on a daily basis, because it'll see this visualization as something that is really important to you. When I first started practicing this, I did have low confidence. I had a lot of imposter syndrome. I did not feel like I deserved the success that I have. And I had to do a lot of work. And I remember within the first 3-4 days, I started seeing results. I started seeing myself having this confidence that I did not know I had. These exercises and tools that I'm sharing in this video has helped me to live my dream reality that I envisioned in the past. Now we gotta heal our past, because you cannot bring your past in the present to create a beautiful future. It has to stay in the past. what can we learn from our past? That's a different question. Instead of how can I bring all that trauma with me in the present and also pass on in the future? And that can also be, let's say you're married or you are about to get married, you're about to get kids, have kids. You're going to pass all of that on to the next generation as well. So it's important to heal ourselves from any kind of past hurt, any kind of traumas we had, any kind of limiting beliefs we have, beliefs about money, beliefs about life, beliefs about health, beliefs about relationships. I'm going to give you this 2 exercises that are going to help you to heal those beliefs, those traumas, and to also move up on that ladder to go in that spiritual paradigm, because it's so important to have the vibration of love. The first exercise is all about forgiveness, and this is something that I have practiced it. And I remember when first time I practiced this exercise, I cried for days. Manifestation for me is self-growth. It is not just about bringing your dreams into reality. It's about becoming a person who is compassionate, who is kind, who has a mission. I hope you're finding value out of this video, and I would really appreciate if you would hit the like button, drop a comment so that it can also reach out to more people on this platform. So the first exercise you want to do is to think about someone. You can start with yourself because it's important to forgive yourself as well. You want to think about that person. You want to send them love. You want to say, I am sorry, I forgive you, and I love you. And if somebody has hurt you in the past, think about them. Bring their image in your mind. If it is too severe, you can start with something small, or someone who hurt you but they did not have that much impact in your life. You can start with them. Now, another one that is going to help you move up that ladder is a really powerful, really sweet, and a secular practice from Buddhism. It's called loving kindness. So what you do is you think about a person and you do the same thing. You send love to yourself as well, and you send love to other people. Now, you probably would think that, why do I have to send love to other people? Why do I have to do that? That also kind of reminds us that we have that self-centered nature, because that's what we always do. We try to create our reality about the things that we want. But as I said, manifestation is not limited to just that. We are trying to create a beautiful world. We are trying to create a world where there's love, there's harmony, there's compassion. So in this exercise, you think about a person and you say affirmations like, may you be happy. May you be at peace. May you be loved. May you be free from suffering. And you repeat that with yourself, with someone you love, with your family, with other beings, with strangers, with all the sentient beings, with all the animals, all the birds, insects. You bring all of those things, all the sentient beings in your awareness, and you send that love out in the world. And when you start doing that, you become magnetic. And those goals that you have, in no time, literally in no time, you're going to start manifesting that. This is how powerful these practices are. And I want you to practice that. Don't just think about manifestation is just a visualization practice where you think about your goals. This is the real manifestation. And the last 2 practices that I want to talk about are also very important, and I don't want you to miss that, because there are studies that show people who have their goals, their missions that are based on self-interest are more likely to suffer from depression and live an unfulfilled life. So that means if your motives are more altruistic, which means when you win, you also are visualizing or also seeing other people winning with you, there are more chances that you will have more happiness in your life. And the reason you would also more likely to achieve those goals is because there's less pressure. If my goal is to share this message, share this knowledge to the world, now I have less pressure, because if what I have to share is meaningful and valuable, it will reach out to the world. Now I have less pressure. It's like you giving an advice to a friend. You are so wise when you are telling someone that this would be the right thing for them, but when it comes to you, you're not able to hear that voice, that wisdom that you already have. So we always hear that better from other people. Success doesn't happen overnight. If you can think about any successful people, it can be Steve Jobs, it can be any athlete or any YouTuber, let's say Mr. Beast. Success did not happen just in one day. They did it consistently for years before anybody started noticing them. Steve Jobs called so many people, so many businesses before he finally found someone who was willing to sell what they made. Mr. Beast made so many videos before anybody started watching them. I have been doing this for years. Even before I made my first video on YouTube, I was already doing a lot of things and then saving enough money to do this full time to generate consistent monthly income so that I can also support myself and support other people who rely on me. It doesn't happen in a day or in a month. I'm still early in the process. I do have bigger goals. I want to have 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. That fame might happen, it might not happen, but deep down, I don't think, I don't believe, I know that it is going to happen. Now it's a matter of time. It's a matter of me aligning myself, healing all the things that I still might have to heal. And if that means being delusional, sign me up. So keep putting yourself out there because we gotta do this inner work too. And please stop chasing instant gratification. Stop looking for instant manifestations. Yes, they would happen, but they would only last. The happiness that comes from those instant manifestations that only last 3 to 4 days max. That has happened with me many, many times. And I'm saying this from my experience. I've been, as I said, manifesting, using manifestation for the last 8 years. And if you want to build a life that has less pressure, less frustration, more love, more compassion, more happiness, this is the real secret. Just think about the map of consciousness. We gotta keep moving up on this ladder. And if you enjoyed this video, you will love this one. And I'll leave the link in the description as well.